follow your passion. That's what everybody keeps telling you when you're growing up. You hear that all over the place. Every message that you get is follow your passion. But is that really a good advice? Is this completely true? Let's examine that. And here are a few points why I want you to be careful when you blindly go and decide to follow your passion. Number one, is your passion monetizable? Let's be real. We live in a real world where you need to make money. So you have a passion, say, of singing. Okay, let's not call it passion. It's something which you like doing and maybe you are a little good at. Let's call it hobby. So that passion, we keep it as a separate thing. You have an interest, a hobby of singing. Now what you need to do if you decide to monetize singing is to first go and see and research that industry. What percentage of people make a lot of money in that industry? What about the rest of the people? Are they struggling to even get into a TV show? Are the top people who get into films and movies, what percentage are they? Assume they are, say, 5%. Does that mean 95% of the people who decide to follow their passion in singing are going to fail? So you need to think very carefully about whatever your passion is, to be a drummer or whatever. Can you monetize it? Can the passion be converted to money? The other thing I find when I talk to people who decide to jump in where their passion was is disillusionment. Okay, they hear about how that role is or that industry is or whatever their passion is. Say, take an example. There are a lot of people I met who seem very disappointed with the role they are doing in marketing, for example. And they are all people who did their engineering MBA and their dream of become marketing professionals. So what went wrong? Their impression of what marketing was, this glamorous creative wizards who come up with this excellent, beautiful advertisements and stuff like that, campaigns which make people halt and watch, make successful product launches. That's only a few of them. In real life, when they start working in marketing, they find that most of the time they're consigned to behind a computer and they're doing PowerPoints and making reports, which they find boring, obviously. You need to check that what you thought was like a glamorous role, what is it really in a normal day for them? Talk to people who are actually doing it today and find out what is a normal day for them, and find out if that sort of matches with what you think you want to do. Let's take another example. The most glamorous thing people want to do when they grow up is being a doctor. Okay, and it's like, you want to help people. There's a little bit of power in that role. People look at you with a lot of respect. But there are many things you don't realize when you start this. For example, do you know how long that course is? How much studies you have to do? It's a very lengthy course, and if you want to become surgeon, then there are some more years. Second, if you want to be a surgeon, are you comfortable with blood? Okay, so just check that. And also, do you know what's the daily life of a doctor? They are almost always on a call. Okay, they need to be available for emergencies 24/7. Their personal life is always edgy, unpredictable. Is that the life you would want? Which is okay if you like. If it's okay with you, it's okay. But go with your eyes open. Okay. The third thing I found is that there are a lot of people who try to convert their passion into a profession. And as they start trying to monetize it, they realize that the pressure of monetizing a hobby is actually burning them out from what they actually loved doing before. They take singing. They loved singing, they enjoyed singing, but now in the force to monetize it, the things that they need to do is actually burning them out. The other very common thing is that they have a little bit of skill, they get appreciation in family functions, they just sing and they get appreciated. Now when they get into really professional level, they suddenly realize that there is a gap. There is a big skill gap between what they can get appreciated in a family group to becoming as a professional singer. How do you bridge that gap? Because that's a little bit shocking, because suddenly you realize, oh, I'm nowhere near what is needed to be this professional guy. How do you bridge that gap? That's a lot of effort which has to be done. Look at the best sportsmen. They all had made huge sacrifices in their personal life at a very young age. Sachin Tendulkar, while playing cricket, used to go reach the cricket pitch by 5:36 a.m. in the morning and then practice, then go to school. On holidays, he would again go be there in the field practicing while all his friends were enjoying themselves. He decided to make that commitment. Are you ready to make that commitment? Because very easily you can get disillusioned and put off. In summary, you need to be really thinking this through, the whole passion thing, whether to follow the passion and do what the passion takes you, where passion takes you. I would suggest something instead. This is a little more provocative, but listen to me. What I would like you to do is to look at whatever you're doing today as a profession and try and bring passion into that job. How do you bring passion into anything? What is passion? Passion is something which you can do very well. Okay, and that becomes a passion. So when you do something very well, it's like everybody else comes to you, asks you about it, and it's your passion. To become that person is what is actually about mastery, about how do you gain knowledge, how do you become an expert in the profession that you already are. Don't go searching for what's your passion. Your passion, if you really notice during your life cycle, it changes 3-4 times. Your hobbies change 2-3 times. Your areas of interest change during your lifetime. So instead, bring your passion into whatever you're doing right now as a profession. You're a sales guy, you're a marketing guy, you're somebody else, okay? In whatever you do, bring passion into it by, how do you start? Learn more and more about that industry, about that profession. Get good in it, get an expertise in it. And as you become more expert, you realize that you begin to love what you do because you get respect. People look up at you, and that becomes a passion. So my advice, don't run after passion and try and make a profession out of it. Whatever profession you are, try and bring passion into it. Till next week, be unstoppable.